As a submariner, everyone is essential to the mission. So if we lose one person, it doesn't matter how low on the totem pole you are, you have to be there or we're not successful. Started to notice some, how would you put that? He wasn't feeling so great after his first underway because there was a lot of stress. We were going through a lot of problems on our last underway.
Yes. After you do your 8 hours of driving a submarine, you have to go do your actual job. So for him, he went back and turned wrenches and changed oil, whatever else you guys do. And he was having a difficult time. He had no problem talking about it. When he didn't get the answers he didn't like, he kind of shut down.
For an experienced guy, that's all right, we just got to get the boat, keep it going, let's get the mission done, get back home. But for a new guy, that's really daunting, staying up for a long time, not being able to sit down and email your family as much as you'd like to. And that was starting to get to him because I know he had a wife and kids at home. I had gone to the meeting with our other first class, came back, was checking up on how cleanup ship was going. And that's when I asked our other second class, I was like, hey, what's going on? Where is he? And he said, he's in the outboard. And I said, I was just in the outboard. He's not there. Where is he? I was like, oh, I told him to clean in the outboard. And I was like, well, he's not there. We need to go look for him. Everyone drop what they're doing. We need to go look for him on the boat. So we were looking for him. We can't find him. And that's when we completely dropped everything and had everyone start looking.
The fact that 7 sailors stopped everything they were doing to go look for him was great.
You don't want to think the worst things in these situations. So all I thought was, oh, he's run off to his room. He just wanted to cool down. He wants to be somewhere else other than here. Everyone thinks that every once in a while because stuff gets stressful. So I was thinking in that best mindset that he had just gone off. He didn't verbalize anything of what he was going to do. So we just thought he'd run off, wanted to go back home.
It was about 12:30 and I see all the A-gangers running around. I was like, what's wrong? And they're like, oh, we're looking for the sailor. So I was like, okay, Gibson, let's get in the golf cart. Let's go check his room. And that's when it all started.
Well, there's 2 doors to go into each one of the barracks rooms. So the first door, we knocked on it, knocked on the window, no response. So we opened the first door that goes into the middle area. And then we saw the bed sheet hanging from the top of the door. And we didn't want to say what we thought at that point, but we knew exactly what was going on at that point.
I looked straight at Gibson and I said, get ready. Because there's only one thing that it could be. And we both didn't say anything beyond that. We opened the door. We heard a thud when the sheet went over.
When presented with situations like that, you fall back to your lowest level of training, and in that case it was help him.
I lifted his head. He took the noose around his neck made of the bed sheet. He just checked his pulse, and then he did say he has a pulse, and Gibson said somebody call 911.
You feel accomplished that you saved a life, and you'll always carry that with you, but you also feel bad that it happened under your watch in the first place. I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to see anyone like that.
It's hard to ask for help. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Everybody needs help. And the willingness to admit that you need help is very difficult. But from that day on, even if it's smaller things that I can't find myself or I've never experienced, I'll ask somebody else for help. And I can help other sailors or other people when I retire.